Hello everyone. In this video, let's see about proning. And in this video, I will also cover what is proning, how to do proning in a stepwise manner, what are all the indications and what are all the contraindications. Nowadays, proning has gained a significant importance in particular COVID-19 patients. Nowadays, COVID 19 patients gasping for oxygen lining up outside the hospitals across the country has been the defining image of the coronavirus pandemic in this deadly second wave, particularly. However, not every patient facing breathing issues requires hospitalization. We can do proning. First of all, what is proning? Proning is the process of turning a patient with a precise, safe motion from their back onto their abdomen, that is upside down, so the individual is lying face down. Okay, you can see in this picture, this is a picture showing the prone position. The patient is lying upside down, that is opposite to supine position. Then it is extremely beneficial in COVID-19 patients with a compromised breathing comfort, especially during home isolation. Though for asymptomatic patients, we will advise them home quarantine. No, in these patients, they will practice proning, which is beneficial in COVID-19 patients particularly. Importance of proning. What is the importance of proning? In prone positioning improves ventilation, keeps the alveolar units open and breathing easy. Proning is required only when the patient feels difficulty in breathing and the SpO2 level decreases below 94. That is less than 94, which means a normal patient will have a normal oxygen saturation around 97, 98, 99, etc. But if in a COVID 19 patient, particularly they affected, usually their saturation goes down and it will goes less than 94, means those who are in home quarantine they can practice proning. Okay, and regular monitoring of SpO2 along with other signs like temperature, blood pressure, blood sugar is important during home isolation. Missing out on hypoxia, that is compromised oxygen circulation, may lead to worsening of complications. Timely proning and maintaining good ventilation could save many lives. Okay. Now I will tell you the steps in proning. First, laying on your belly around 30 minutes to 2 hours. Then laying on your right side around 30 minutes to 2 hours again. Then sitting up around 30 minutes to 2 hours. Then laying on your left side around 30 minutes to 2 hours again. Then back to the position 1, that's laying on your belly. Okay, I will show you the around all those pictures in a single one. First position, it's lying on your belly, then you are turning on the right side, then you are sitting up, and then to the left side, and then to the belly, and you can do this like again 1 2 3 4. Okay, you will need around 4 to 5 pillows. You will need around 4 to 5 pillows. One pillow below the neck, 1 or 2 pillows below the chest through the upper thigh, 2 pillow below the chins. Okay, shins. Caution: when we shouldn't do proning, or when we should do proning. It's also had some amount of significance, right? First of all, avoid proning for an hour after meals. Since we had our lunch, we do not do proning immediately after having lunch. Since we just now take the food, no. So avoid proning for an hour after meals. Maintain proning for only as much times as easily tolerable. If you are not unable to do proning, and you shouldn't force yourself to do proning. Okay, you should do proning whenever it makes you comfortable. Okay, one may prone for up to 16 hours a day in multiple cycles as felt comfortable. Pillows may be adjusted slightly to alter pressure areas and for comfort. Okay, then when we should not do proning, we should not do proning in conditions like pregnancy, deep vein thrombosis, which is treated in less than 48 hours, major cardiac conditions, then unstable spine, femur, and pelvic fractures. Okay. For non-self-pronating patients, that is in emergency situations, there is a 5-step method to place a patient in prone position using a regular bed, flat sheet, and family members. First of all, using a flat sheet, pull the patient to one side of the bed. Okay. Then place the flat sheet around the arm that will pull through the side you are turning toward. Okay. Then, thirdly, a second flat sheet is placed on the bed and tucked under the patient. This sheet will pull through as you are turning the patient. Okay, that's step 3. Then, using the sheet, turn the patient over and position the patient prone. The arm and sheet will pull across the bed. Then, fifthly, pull and center the patient. Discard the sheet that was used to place the patient in supine position. Straighten the lines and the tubes. Okay. You can see in this picture what is the patient is in supine position and the patient in prone position. What is the use? If a patient is in supine position, that is you can see in the picture the lungs is in the backward and the heart is there. No, due to gravitational effect, the heart will push the lung. Okay, and due to significant gravitational pressure of the heart and the mediastinum on the lungs, and the compressive effect on the abdominal organs over the lungs, you can see in this picture, it leads to expansion of the chest wall and overall expansion of the chest wall and overall less homogeneous chest wall compliance. It is a significant factor. But in prone position, you can see in this picture, due to the in a supine position there will be more gravitational pressure that is pushing from upside down. But in a proning position, decreased gravitational pressure of heart and mediastinum on the lungs. That is, the compressive effect and the gravitational effect on the lungs will be less. You can see that there will be decreased compressive effect on the abdominal organs on the lungs, and there will be more homogeneous chest wall compliance due to restriction of the anterior chest wall movement. Since normally this is the anterior and posterior, if the patient is in supine position, there will be no anterior effect, no, so the chest wall will be expanding voluntarily. But in proning position, you will be limit the anterior chest wall movement, so that so as a whole, you will be equally spreading the air to all the alveoli and helps in proper ventilation. Okay, thus helps in improving the oxygen saturation to a better level. If you are having 94% in oxygen saturation normally in a supine position, there will be significant 95% or 96% in prone position, and it will be help you recover from the asymptomatic condition as well. Nowadays in COVID-19 patient, there is lining up of bed all over the India. The second wave is deadly, isn't it? So using so asymptomatic patients need to self quarantine in home itself. Because there is scarcity of the beds as well. So proper proning position helps in a proper recovery as well. Which was recommended from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Department of Government of India. It has recommended the technique of proning to increase oxygen saturation level for those in home isolation as well. Okay guys, that's it, and I have made you similar videos like that before. If you haven't seen my videos yet, please do see the videos and subscribe the videos, and if you found this video useful, please share and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you. Let's see in the next video. Bye. Take care, stay home, stay safe.